I've been lucky to meet a few very famous people. Bruce Springsteen, an absolute gentleman.
Before you, what's the history of the bar with the owners? And
The most infamous, in my opinion, was Thomas Cromian, who was here in the 1860s, and it was known then as a Fenian recruiting station. And Dublin Castle is right behind us, which was the headquarters of the British Constabulary, and they were watching the pub, came in. There's reputed to have been 200 of them in the place at the time, and they arrested the owner and turfed them all out and closed the place down. He served time in jail, and when he got out of prison, went to New York and set up a pub in Manhattan. And he was sending funds back to fund what was the aborted revolution, but that really was the precursor to what we know as 1916. So it's played a key role in Irish history.
you're the owner of the beautiful Long Hall Bar. What's it all about here?
Established in 1766, so it's 260 years old, October 12 months. But the interior was completely redone over 2 years, 1880 and 1881. So that's where the Victorian heritage pub element comes from. That clock there behind the bar was specially commissioned by the owners at the time, Frangley Brothers, and it's a one-off, and that was the finishing touch. Possibly the best example of an intact Victorian pub in the country, and old school. We're old school about everything. Really good old school service, looking after people. We're in the hospitality business.
So has any famous people come into the Long Hall over the years?
Yeah, I've been lucky to meet a few very famous people. Bruce Springsteen, Bryan Adams, Rihanna, David Beckham, George Ezra, Cillian Murphy, Aidan Gillen, the Irish actor. And like, there's just so many over the years, to be honest with you. It's to recall them all.
What was Bruce Springsteen like?
An absolute gentleman, to his fingertips. Lovely man, very good to the staff, very good to the customers, loved the pub, was taking photographs of it, gave us a great shout out from the stage. One year, I didn't come with the E Street Band all this way just to drink Guinness and Jameson in the Long Hall. Mind you, it would have been worth that, worth making the journey just for that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, an absolute a class character.
So you've been in here a few times?
He has, yeah, over the years. Anytime he came to Place Lane in 1985, was working out in the gym next door. One of the bartenders was doing the same on his break, spotted him in the lobby waiting. I invited him in, come on up for a drink. He came in, spent a couple of hours here, and ever since, really, anytime he's been into Dublin on tour, he'll always call in and say hello.
Brilliant. And then you said Cillian Murphy's been here a few times?
Yeah, well, like they'd be just, he'd come in like anybody else into the pub. Same thing. I think people like it because they're not bothered, they're left alone, you know, and he's been in with his wife.
But like historically, Michael Collins, all that sort of, would they have been in, do you reckon?
There's no official record of him being here, but I mean, pubs were where he held all his meetings, in the snugs of pubs like the Old Stand, and I believe Cleary's down in Amiens Street as well, I just hear anecdotally.
What's the pint of Guinness like in the Long Hall?
We're world renowned for it. We're very fussy to make sure that and we're fastidious about getting it right all the time.
So what's the family history of the bar?
So my parents bought the pub at auction in 1974. I took over from them in 2009, so it's been in my family for 52 years. Next year, it's the longest it's been in the same family in its 260-year history, having been established in 1766, so that's something we're very proud of.
What makes you most proud of the pub?
It's unique. It's an iconic Dublin pub. No 2 days are ever the same. Just a really wide, diverse range of customers, some of whom have become great friends over the years. Just proud of its reputation, proud of the goodwill. I'm very proud of our reputation for great customer service. You know, we're in the hospitality business, and it's all about, you know, how we make people feel that they, you know, you're looked after. And great service, great drinks.
Great Guinness.
And a friendly atmosphere.
Brilliant. Thank you, Marcus.
Not at all.
Good man.
Pleasure.
Thank you.